I am Raymond Hawks. I'm 29 here in Richmond, Virginia, and the message that I live by is, without struggle there can be no progress, by Frederick Douglass. Is something truly dear to my heart, and I can hopefully explain to you a little bit why. It's something that my grandmother told me when I was younger, probably when I was 13, 14, and without struggle there can be no progress. And I basically look at it with that, if you're not struggling to get to a goal, then you're not putting in work. If the goal is just given to you, it's too easy to achieve, then you're really not putting in the work. And I think the struggle is something that at the end you can probably pretty much call it like the beautiful struggle, because when you struggle to get to a goal and you finally achieve it, it's beautiful at the end, and it means a lot to you, and it means a lot more to me, especially now at this point in my life. 8 years working in television, and working in news for 8 years. Today was like a most rewarding day for me because I was just voted the third best traffic reporter in Richmond. And to go back to that quote, without struggle there can be no progress, it means so much to me, and it's very humbling because I know how much work I've put in. It's not been easy, it's been a struggle, but as an African American working at the South's first television station, when African Americans weren't allowed to even be on TV, and now to receive that honor for the second year in a row, it's truly is a blessing, and it's truly the motto of my life, because I've struggled to get here. It wasn't easy, but it's been rewarding, and it's been challenging the entire way through, and I would never trade it, another life for the life that I have now, because I truly enjoyed every step of the way. At 10, I met a reporter named Michael Ford at King's Dominion. I was doing an interview with him, and that is the day that I fell in love with television. I wanted to be in television, and I'm a history geek, so I think that's why I chose television, because it is history's rough draft, and that's what we produce every day, is the rough draft of what's eventually will be known as history. So that's why I chose this field, and going through life at Monaghan High School, I worked for the student newspaper. I did the morning announcements there, and did communications 1, 2, 3 honors, which put the foundation for me. And when I got to Virginia Union University, I wasn't going to stay there. I decided to stay after a year in, and became the editor-in-chief of the school paper there. I ran the radio station, which was 88.1 The Voice, and then also did the student-run television show. And while I was there, that's when I started this job here. And again, it's been a rewarding career over the last 8 years. I think the most rewarding for me was when I was still at Union, 2 days before I started working at Channel 6. I met President Barack Obama, then Senator Barack Obama, and interviewed him. And I've had the opportunity to meet him 5 times and interview him. So it's been rewarding, just the people you meet, and the array of stories that we've done over the years. I mean, even though some of them don't make air, it's truly rewarding, because it just allows me to really interact and be in our community.
Give the audience more of a feel of what you really mean when you say the beautiful struggle.
So, college student, you're a college student, you have the people that are going to believe in you, you have the people that aren't going to believe in you. I had one of my professors who now is a good friend of mine. At first, she told me I wouldn't make it in this business. So that was one of the first, wow, I really gonna have to struggle. I'm gonna have to push. When you're in college, you meet a lot of people that some might be better than you. Now I can honestly say I'm not the best speller, and sometimes grammar doesn't come quickly to me sometimes. But those are things that I had to compete against. And one of the things that I did from kindergarten until I was in 5th grade, I had one of the worst speech impediments. I spent 2 hours.
Ironic.
2 hours a week in speech classes because I had a bad speech impediment. And now, so these are things that I had to overcome, and then it was just, a lot of people say that news doesn't pay, and you're thinking I want to be on my own, I want to do this, I want to do that. And you have friends that might be in different career choices, and they're making money and they're going places, and at the same time you're still I'm not making that much, but I'm struggling to get through. And this is what I want to do, and I can keep saying that there's nothing I would trade for this career that I have right now. I might not be making $1 million, but the people that we help, the stories that we tell, the impact that we make in our community, that means $1 million to me, and I don't think I can get that from anywhere else. Being here 8 years, I've had that opportunity. I mean, my friends can tell you there's a lot of times I thought about giving up. I started here as a production assistant. I was doing audio on the weekends, every weekend, every show. So I would be here from 5 in the morning till 9 o'clock. Then come back to do noon lottery. Then would come back to do the evening shows. And then had to turn around and do the mornings again. And then an opportunity opened for the weekend assignment desk. That's where I took that.
Exactly.
But my ultimate goal was to be on television. So I just kept still pushing towards that. But when the opportunities arrived, it was just like, what am I doing wrong here? I'm doing everything right to myself. My mentors are saying I'm doing everything correctly. So why not me? And I thought about leaving to go to smaller markets. And then an opportunity from a news director, he gave me a shot at the traffic reporter spot.
Yeah.
And I did that for 5 years as the backup, even though I thought that I should have been on air a lot more.
Exactly.
And then recently, that's when they promoted me to the full-time evening traffic anchor. So I do that every day, Monday through Friday. But I think my ultimate goal in television now is to get into news management.
Okay.
And I can say that because it's only 1%, or maybe it might be now 2% African-American managers, and that controls the whole news flow, the conversation, everything that you see on TV is all, controlled by the news management. And I think a few weeks ago, I really wanted to give up. I thought that it's time to look for a career change and it's time to do something else in life. But I think that I can't be a drum major for justice, but I can control the conversation. So I think about my niece and my nephew, who are my heart, and they're 8 and 7, and I can't imagine the world that they're going to grow up in, and that this is my platform. This is what I use every day to control. I can control the conversation. And while you might not see so many stories that impact African Americans, you're going to see stories that impacts Richmonders every day.
Exactly.
But again, I can try to push those stories. Then if you know me or people that talk to me about me, they can tell you that I'm pushing every day for those stories to be told, because it's not just about the black on black crime. There are bigger conversations out there to be had, and that's my goal now. I can't go into these inner city schools and speak to students and they're wondering why they aren't seeing stories about them that aren't bad. So I have a goal, and that's my drum major for justice, is to try to make a change in the news business. And if I can't make it anywhere else, I would love to make it here in my hometown of Richmond. Most definitely my faith. That's the number one thing in my life. Without him, I don't think any of this would be possible. And I believe that he puts this whole journey in my life, he has this all figured out in advance for me. And that's why church is so important to me. I attend every Sunday. I have to have that. That's my spiritual background. That's what gets me through the week, so that I can prepare to allow myself to go through the week. My family, that's my backbone. Without my faith in my family, I don't think I can do it. They provide so much of support for me and just the love.
What do you suggest or what type of information or advice do you want to give out to the world in regards to succeeding and achieving and expanding beyond their fullest potential? What words of encouragement do you want to give out and let the people know?
I'm not really a sports guy, but I can go back to Michael Jordan or any of the
greats.
Like, they all say that they've fallen down, they have to stand back up. They've taken the shot. And that's the thing that you've got to do. You've got to be willing to try. You've got to be willing to fail in order to succeed. Because unless you try it, you're never going to know what you're going to have if you have the potential to do it. And sometimes it might seem like you're taking a million shots, and a million shots aren't hitting. But it's going to take that one shot, and everything's going to fall for you in the right places. And I think I'm a true testament of that, because I took shot after shot after shot, and especially right here in my own workplace. It was shot after shot, and finally I got what I wanted, and I'm not there yet. So
you still got more to do.
I still have more to do. I kind of look at it like like a basketball game. Right now I'm down a few points right now, but I'm gonna keep taking shots, and eventually they're gonna fall. And if they don't, I'm gonna lose. And guess what? I got another game tomorrow morning. I'm gonna be right back here tomorrow at 2:30, and I'm in that game, and I'm gonna be in game mode every day. And weekends, off season, you hang out with your family, friends, practice, get them motivated, go to church, and get pumped back up, I'm back in the game on Monday morning, because eventually it's not reaching right now, but I will be in news management. I'm not going to let anything deter me from that. So just keep trying, because it's going to happen for you. But if you give up on yourself,
can't happen.
Yeah,
Nothing can come into
why is the world going to take a shot on you?